Hey everyone, this is Shahid Iqbal with Rang Film Festival. We are here with a famous Pakistani director, Jami, who is visiting Houston for the Rang Film Festival 2025. So, this podcast is brought to you by Rang Film Festival and American TV, American Urdu.tv. So, let's have this conversation with Jami. Jami, I knew that you weren't a fan of flights, so you actually drove from LA to Houston for this festival.
When I was in film school, I read this thing about Kubrick. I'm a huge fan. So he wouldn't drive in a car which goes faster than 60 miles per hour. Then he would not fly. And that I was young. I was like 20, 22. I was like, this is pretty eccentric. Ye kya bakwas hai?" Then in Pakistan, there was a air blue ka crash hua tha.
Right.
After that, I just like it just clicked. Yeah, this is the only way I can just drive.
Free.
And then I start driving and drive. I just whenever there is no work, there's no shoot going on, I just pick up my keys and just leave. So when you guys said, "Yeah, we want to fly you out," I was like, no. Send give me the cash. I will just put the gas money and I will just drive. So I just kept driving and driving and driving.
So, Jami, that's very American of you because, we Americans, we just want to get in our car and go. So I think, so tell us about you in between these two countries, US and Pakistan. How's that journey has been and how is it going so far?
It's very interesting. I consider myself a very very thoroughbred Desi person. I came here and studied filmmaking. Done my bachelor's from Art Center College of Design, Pasadena, Los Angeles. And the day I graduated, I just left right away. It's not that I don't like America. I love America. I love American people, and I don't like the policy, but I love America. But it never clicked because I was born in Pakistan, Karachi, Nazabad. I know the jokes. I know if you don't know the jokes, and if you don't know the culture,
Yeah, the colloquial.
the colloquial culture, the filmmaker lives and thrives on that.
Right.
And I have no idea. So I had to go back, and then I just went deep into Desi culture, into Balochistan, and everything about Pakistan. And but my family is here now, so I don't have a choice. What I like about America is the brutal force of art or whatever
Right.
good they have. There's no boundaries.
Right.
They go all the way.
And it's integrated into the life.
Absolutely.
It's
That
not,
is, yeah.
it's not like black and white in Pakistan or India where you have to be a doctor, engineer, businessman, right?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
There is no fourth career.
That is one thing I'm teaching my kids also, that in America is you're 18 and you're on your own. It has very negative things also. It has very positive parts also for a human being. You really start working. You start seeing the universe, start doing things. And like my kids, he's a musician. He works at Home Depot also. Then he does his music also. Then he has his band also. So this was not possible in Pakistan in a way when you were young.
Right.
So there's no concept of having a band and doing. And now he's going for a tour
Right.
with a band. So that's I really respect that part of America, that it makes you. And that's why you see this country is so far ahead in everything. In everything.
Right.
Whatever, art, war, whatever. They just
Art and war. Yeah.
they just go all the way till they learn, like, okay, this is wrong,
They
this
do
is
the
good.
max.
They go all the way, which is good and bad also. But maybe that's the way the universe works, Earth works. You change,
Right.
and change is everything. It's constant. It's always happening. Yes. So yeah.
Good. So before we delve into your films, I think the controversies that your film or your work spins off, it comes forefront before we get into the film. So I think people have Googled you enough probably and the things that are associated. I'm going to spare that. But let's talk about your films. So, how do you bring that American experience into the Pakistani film scene, or do you even attempt to do that, or you just portray the Pakistani stories the way they are?
See, I try not to bring any American angle except from my structure and teaching, which is now I feel is a handicap because the world has changed, and I believe this three act structure is very well defined American style of filmmaking, mainstream.
Mainstream, yeah, yeah.
It is bothering me now. I just want to
Yeah?
break it up. I just want to break it up and see what happens.
What happened? Yeah, yeah.
I just don't want to put a film in a very slotted box and like Scorsese said 10 years ago, this Marvel DC thing will collapse one day. He said you need to control this demon. So it's in my head. There's a demon also. Now they have another demon, AI coming in, and this can destroy us actually if you don't control it properly. And so for me, I became very very desi. I went the Irani route, the Chinese film route,
Korean. for that
Korean,
matter. Yeah.
and Koreans just went really far ahead.
Right,
Within a
right.
decade, they
Yeah,
just created an industry. So for me, I even left Koreans also. I'm like, what happened? It's like, this is too fast. But the stories, the human stories, so I came back after Parasite. I'm like, this is pretty good. So then memories of murder and this start watching Korean films. But for me, Irani film was the thing. I wanted to do action films also all my life. When in Pakistan, when I came back, it was just cinema was just dying and just died. I think I just went down pretty badly. But
Talking about the 90s, early 2000s.
this is 97, late
Yeah, yeah.
90s.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just lost 3-4 cinemas this year also in Pakistan. So for me, it's
The environment is becoming more challenging.
very very challenging. I have all the cameras, all the lenses one needs. I have the same camera which was used on Blade Runner 2049.
Right, right.
But what to shoot?
What to shoot?
So it's becoming very very difficult. And for me, maybe it's good to go back to the roots where you less budget, bigger stories, more intricate. So you shoot. So I'm trying to change my head now because
I mean, Iranian cinema does that too, right?
everyone has to do that because the budgets are going to collapse. So we all have to come up with stories or ways to find and make movies which are low in budget, high on content, big on drama, good storytelling. So that's one thing about American thing. I'm just trying to move away and go into really high end storytelling about humans.
Yeah.
So that doesn't need that much budget, and that's very. Now I feel like Americans are doing it also. The indie cinema, of course, they were doing a way before also, but I'm saying $20,000 film, $50,000 feature film.
I know.
That's what I'm talking about. Not 100,000. 100,000 is still a lot of money
Right.
together. And so for Pakistan, $50,000 is a lot of money. So that's what I'm planning to raise my own money. Like all my films, almost 90% was my own money. So because I do TV commercials, so I can finance my own films. But now it's getting tough. So I'm just thinking of putting the budget down, going into high impact films.
High impact, high content. low
Yeah,
budget.
yeah.
So then let's talk about it. So what have you been working on? What's going on in your mind? What's the next up and coming Jami project that we can expect?
For me, let's say I just invested 5 years in this Me Too movement. So everything was invested in that. So I just now I'm coming out of it a little bit,
Right.
but still fighting in courts. But what I've learned is there's a lot of data. So I just wrote a film about a woman that comes out about her. She doesn't come out actually. She just finds herself that she was
It's
assaulted.
a self-discovery.
Yeah, assaulted long time back.
Right, right, right.
And it is coming out, and she had no idea she was assaulted.
Wow.
So, how she reacts in this time space in Pakistan, where everybody who came out talked about their assault were sidelined,
Right.
and all the assaulters were given awards in
Ah,
Pakistan.
yeah.
Completely opposite of America. Like
Absolutely.
Weinstein was put in jail,
Yeah.
while in Pakistan everybody was put up on a
On a
pedestal.
pedestal.
Yeah. So in that that story fits my narrative, where I've learned so much about court systems. 5 years watching
You almost became a lawyer.
lawyer, I understood how Pakistan really works, and the court system, how it
The penal court.
yeah, and how it breaks you.
Right.
And you only hear about these things. कि यार court कचहरी में नहीं पढ़ना. And I'm like,
Ah, right.
this is court
I mean,
कचहरी. My God, this is
The
brutal.
opposite है कि America is so क्या कहते हैं lawsuit centric, trigger happy. You need a reason to do a lawsuit, right? Versus Pakistan, mein, they push you away from the judge and the jury because they think it's never going to be fair.
And the way it works, it's in the film also a little bit, that the people who put you in court, who sue you for defamation, they know they will be defended in court. That is the sad part, actually. And that is the biggest conflict in the film also. So, and that's one film. I'm writing 2-3 more films for a long time now, but just starting to polish the story. Then I'll go into screenplays, because I don't like writing screenplays anymore. I'm not a good screenplay writer, and last 2 films I had to write myself, and that really is a traumatic experience for me, because in More we were all set up with lighting and everything, and I was still writing. It was that was pretty brutal, and for the crew and the actors, because while they're planning and blocking,
Right.
and I'm still writing on laptop,
Yeah.
the dialogues, and then of course everybody would check, and then we would do changes and blah 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 really fast, because I couldn't find the right writer at that time in Pakistan to finish the film. Wasted 3 years going around writers, drafts and draft and draft. And anyway, I said, okay, I'll do my own film. But so I'm looking for writers right now who can write like David Lynch a little bit. So that's very difficult to find a Pakistani who understands Pakistan and who knows Lynch and that universe. It's very easy to find people who love Tarantino. Okay, but
Yeah,
what about
yeah.
Lynch?
Yeah.
And people are like, "Whoa, what are you talking about? This
are you
is
talking
pretty
about?"
screwed up. What is this?" And I'm like, yeah, this is. I want to live in that space for 1 or 2 films, and so yeah, I'm working on 3-4 ideas, and that's how I work. And most of the people, that you have 5-6 scripts going on, and whatever starts coming up first in your heart, like, okay, let's do this one.
Grab that.
So you just work on the ideas, and you just keep brewing, and whatever starts rising, and then you say, okay, this is getting better. So I was working on, for 10 years, 7 years, I was working on AI drones, and then all of a sudden this war happened, and now we're learning AI is controlling
Yeah.
drones. So it was all anti-war film I was writing for past 7-8 years, and that keeps changing because war is changing very fast.
Yeah,
the AI is changing.
Technology
very
is
fast.
changing the warfare.
So I just have to change the story very quickly. So that thing is still in research, I guess, because the way the Gaza war is going, and it's an anti-war film. It's a very dark Kubrick Full Metal Jacket type of film, very brutal. Yeah. So these are some certain things. Let's see if producers picks it up.
Right.
So yeah.
I'm sure it will happen. It will happen. It's just a matter of time. So, matter of time. Time is the only enemy, Jami, as you know. So, last question. I think you have been in constant touch with Fahad from our side. So, how do you like the idea of Rang Film Festival Pakistani centric in North America, the first and only. What has been your experience since, I think, since the day you left LA to be coming here?
I'll tell you what. He contacted me last year, way back. And the moment he said, I'm doing this, I said, I'm on board. Whatever,
Thank you.
wherever,
Thank you.
whatever it takes. I'm a very unplanned person. I improvise always. Even on the set, I improvise with actors. I improvise with in my life also. I improvise. So I said, okay, I will improvise. I'm shuttling back and forth, but if I'm there, I'll be there. Then the call came. These are the days. I'm here. And then he said, "Can you join us?" I said, "I'll be there." So I said, "Just then I will just travel from with in my car, and I'll be there." But the point is, I'm here. It's fantastic. It's beautiful, and I've been to a lot of film festivals through my more film. What I've learned from those festivals, they are not what do you call personal. That's very important, actually.
Yeah.
There are like 5,000 films, and you're like, what's going on? You don't get to know anyone.
Yeah.
And I went to Sundance also. I went inside the core where, Redford is there. And you're standing in the corner, like, what's going on over there? Yeah, this is, for me, I'm a filmmaker. I want to be I want to see. I want to meet
You
people.
want to experience,
Yeah, I want to experience, interact, on a different level.
Right.
This
right.
corporate style meetings, and then you hear
Curated sessions.
it's just it's just
Yeah.
for me. Maybe I'm wrong, but the way I feel, that's how I judge. If filmmaking is all about being sensitive, and 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 learning from that, it gives me very cold feeling always, even from the day you invest in this festival, because my Sindhi film is going all around, and we're trying to finish it and just jugnu. I produced it. It's not directed by me.
It's coming to run next year, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Done.
Sure,
Done.
sure.
Now you know.
Yeah. And the way we had to approach festivals, and then we got to know you have to call somebody for them to see the film. I'm like, I'm not calling anyone. This is not right. If people start calling to watch my film, then what about the 5,000 films?
Exactly.
Then you're not watching them, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that bugged me, actually. And then I said, okay, let's finish the film, release it, forget about the festivals, because that's the only thing we can always aim for, festivals, because
Right.
you never earn any money from films.
Right.
So in my case, I didn't earn anything, even though it ended up in Netflix, Hulu, Apple. It's still on Apple and Amazon. So, but for me, it's a personal journey.
Right.
And if personal journey, all my pit stops has some negative feelings, I get very bothered. So for me, coming over here is super personal. Everybody's connected. And of course, it's a start. That's how every film festival starts.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Sundance, it was very
tiny.
small, very
Very
tiny.
tiny.
And they kept believing in themselves. And the whole world travels
Yeah.
to that small place.
Look at South by Southwest. It started with a weekend, now week long with technology, finance, films.
So for me, it was a privilege to be part. And when you guys asked, I said, okay, I'll be part of this from the start.
Yeah,
I will believe in you guys.
And I must say that it was very gracious of you to take the grand juryship. So for those who do not know, Jami, Monakvi, and Sinan is our grand jurist for this year. So if you need to blame someone, no, I'm just kidding. So let's talk about the films that you have reviewed in Rang Film Festival without telling everyone what the films are. But what has been your experience when you saw these films that made through our pre-selection committee and all that, 7 out of 10 process?
It was pretty good. Very, very focused, simple. I didn't leave any comments for a reason. I don't want to take any side. I don't want to be any negative positive. I just the numbering.
Yeah.
The rating was, I think it was perfect. That's the way it should be, because it's the first time I was in a jury, so I didn't know how to handle and how to be just. Very, very ethical. So I love the Quetta film. Was
Flying in Darkness.
No, the stuff with the
Oh, Clay Horse?
no, the about the little girl. What's the name of
Oh, Pisho.
Pisho?
Yeah.
So for me, I love that film.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a single flaw in it. And
Like, can you imagine this year alone, just from the northern areas of Pakistan, we have more films from there than the major cities of Karachi, Lahore.
you watch. That was my theory also. I have a film school in Balochistan. I only teach Baloch and Sindhi students, girls, and this is my 12th year, 10th year, teaching them. The stories they're saying, the stories they're telling, the way they tell, the way they think is completely different from a city person.
It's very,
Very different.
yeah.
So when I saw the film, I was like, "Yeah, this is just fantastic." There's another film from Karachi, and good film, but I had some issues because I thought it was completely. I shouldn't say maybe a word, but Pishu was just fantastic. Then there was a documentary feature film. It was very, very nicely done. Very nicely. It was pretty actually, pretty Godard stuff. Very, it just went all the way. I'm like,
Yeah.
20-minute takes. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So
It pulls you in.
yeah. So, and again, that guy is from Balochistan also.
Yeah.
And I met him in my film school. He came. He was there in Quetta. Amazing guy. So, again, two films. Both films I love from Balochistan. So this is very interesting. Balochistan is here in America through art.
Absolutely.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you. So, as I said, time is the only enemy, Jami, but thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
I think our audiences will love to interact with you. And as we go through this evening and tomorrow evening, you're more than welcome here. And thank you very much for being so candid and open about this discussion.
Always improvising.